Hello subscribers and hello YouTube viewers. Now this evening it was way too hot. When I went out it was about 7 o'clock at night. Daylight savings is still in play with us in Melbourne or in Australia, and the temperature was 30 degrees Celsius, which is about 86 Fahrenheit for those in the States or use that other form of measurement. Now the Westgate Bridge, it's a steel box cable-stayed bridge spanning the Yarra River, which you can see below. Now the Yarra River exits or enters into Port Phillip Bay, and that takes you out to Bass Strait and then out to the open sea. Now the Westgate Bridge is the main sort of thoroughfare or corridor from the CBD to Melbourne's western suburbs. You'll notice there's a lot of heavy industry there, a lot of factories. It's also where our refineries, where the ships come in with the crude oil, I believe. It's also an area where all our major shipping comes in. So where our cars come in and cargo and all that sort of stuff. Quite a number of them will actually go under the bridge. Some of them won't make it all the way under the bridge, because you'll see to the left there's a number of wharfs there. So we've got a few wharfs in that immediate area. Now for those that want some stats or some figures about the bridge, here we go. So the Westgate Bridge is a 10-lane dual carriageway freeway, so carrying 5 lanes of motor vehicle traffic in each direction. The main river span is 336 metres or 1,002 feet in length, and the height above the water is 58 metres or 190 feet. The total length of the bridge is 2,582 metres or 8,473 feet. It is the 5th largest in Australia, the longest being Melbourne's Bolte Bridge, which is a neighbouring bridge. You should be able to pick it up in the distance as we scan around. When we see the skyline, you should be able to see it. The Westgate Bridge is twice as long as the Sydney Harbour Bridge, which I didn't know, which I thought was a good little interesting sort of fact. And it's one of the highest road decks in Australia. So that's interesting as well. I'd also like to mention that there is a tunnel in progress being dug directly under the Westgate, well not directly under, but next to it, it's going to alleviate some of the congestion on the Westgate Bridge. So we've got a tunnel being dug as we speak that's going to take you from the western suburbs under the Yarra River into the CBD, pop up again, and that should make a big difference. If anyone knows Melbourne well, you would have heard some horror stories about the Westgate Bridge, where during peak hour it's a traffic jam. There's no other word for it other than a traffic jam, and you could be sitting there a long time, especially if there's a car accident ahead or something like that, road works, maintenance works, anything like that. You're going to be there for a long time. So the dig is happening. They're boring out. They've got one of those big giant borers that are doing its thing, and I'd imagine in the next few years that'll all open up and alleviate a lot of the congestion. Now, on a more serious note, unfortunately, during the building of the Westgate Bridge, a span approximately 120 metres or 367 feet collapsed on the 15th of October 1970, and unfortunately 35 construction workers were killed and 18 were injured. It still remains Australia's worst industrial accident. So in light of that tragedy, on a positive, it still is, as I mentioned, our worst industrial accident. So we're doing okay with our health and safety now. And what I'll do is, in the description, I'll put in some links on what actually occurred. There was a Royal Commission. Mistakes obviously had been made, and to date they've never reoccurred. So I'll leave it like that, because it is a sensitive sort of incident. My father is a boilermaker slash engineer, and he was one of the ones that came in after to do some work on that bridge to help complete it. Okay, here we are coming to the end of the video. I'm a bit shaky with the drone. I'm not sure left and right, because if the drone's facing me, going left means going right, and going right means going left with the joysticks. So I'm still haven't mastered that yet. But once again, yep, thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching, and if you're bored, Find a hobby that keeps you happy.